Happy Sunday! Today's video intro was supposed to be at a nice vivero, but my car is full down in Coronado and I can't fit the plants in the car that I want to pick up. I'm going to pick up some bamboo for the outside of the sliding glass door to the new bedroom. I hope you like the progress so far. It's getting almost done. Like, I think in another couple weeks. I have to wait a few weeks to seal the floor, and then it's kind of time for decorating. I'm really hoping that ChatGPT was correct, that I will get my money back on this investment, because it's probably totaling, like, getting my whole house ready for Airbnb and creating that second bedroom is probably between $10,000 and $12,000. That's with all materials, construction materials, bedding, towels, labor for the guys. They've basically been working a whole month, the whole month of January, and we're getting into the final stretch. And then I can update the pictures on Airbnb, but the listing is live. It's just the pictures are a little sparse because the house is like a mess. So I'm staging things and taking pictures, but the living room is just too much of a mess. I can't do that. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think. It's beginning to look a lot like Renovation. Who knows what's even in here? I do. These chairs are going to be so fun because they are pink. The dining chairs. Can't wait to put them all together, but we'll have to wait until there's less dust. I've got to get the floors cleaned, and I'm going to reseal them and wax them. Feather's happy with the boxes. She says they don't need to be broken down and made into their new things. I'm wondering how long it's going to take her to go into that box. She seems quite happy. Maybe she can just open them with her nails. They are razor sharp. I've got the scars to prove it. Alex and Aldo made a really great team, and Aldo has a little bit of English, which is very helpful for me. This looks so much better. This is with the product that is designed to be a skim coat, and you don't have like the solid lines where sections were done. And I'd say it's a pretty close match to the color of the other concrete. Concrete changes in color from bag to bag, and obviously as it dries, it changes color as well. Now I'm thinking of having them do that skim coat on this wall, because this wall is kind of textured from the old, concrete that was here. And it might be nice in the bedroom just to have that smoothed out. Hard to believe this is going to be a fun, tranquil, I don't know about fun, but tranquil bedroom. It's fun to create the space. And can't wait to show you the after. Progress is being made. Look at this beautiful wall behind me. And if I get further away, you can see that nice little strip of glass block at the top. That light is going to be replaced by a ceiling fan and the light that goes with the fan. And then this wall behind me, this red wall, we're actually going to use, I swear this is a magic product. It's very fine powdered concrete, and that's what they used on the wall behind me, because he was originally layering it with, you know, just the concrete and, you know, polishing it. But when they work in sections, it never blends well, and I like it to be blended. And this product is really cool. So this red wall is very pocked, you know, and bumpy, very rough. So we're gonna do that with the skim coat layer, and I am gonna paint it. I just don't know the color scheme that I wanna do in this room. Something tranquil, something that promotes sleep. I do have curtains. I'll show you the colors. Maybe you guys can come up with a color palette. I'm gonna have gray sheets. I think I'll have a rug that has a pop of color, like, you know, I kind of picture like a very bright, vibrant rug. And there'll be some tall plants in this corner here, there. But yeah, this room is actually really big. The floor is going to be all concrete, and what they're going to do is remove all this tile that's on the floor in this section, which is like the laundry room, and then they're going to have to pour a bunch of concrete, and then we decided we're going to use that magic product for the actual top finish on the floor. So this area is only going to require a very thin skim coat because it already has a base that the tile was set on. But Pierre used this space as like a garage, so it was, you know, very rustic. And then this is where the barn doors, Feather, no, get out. That's where the barn doors are going to be, you know, meeting in the middle when they're closed, and then they'll open on both sides. And in this space, so that mirror will go in the bedroom. I'm not going to use the magic product on this wall because this is just the laundry area, and a lot of this is actually going to be a closet, like a storage closet. Feather. And I will paint this. I'm not a fan of red, so I'll paint that. We're going to change out the sink because I like having a deeper sink for the laundry room, and this sink was here, so why not use it? That sink right now, just replace that and use the magic product to layer it over this tile. So like whatever he has to bust up to put in the new sink, then we can just do one layer of skim coat. I'll probably just leave the white tile, leave the wood trim, because it's just, you know, a laundry room area. It doesn't have to be high style. But I'm really, really happy with how it's turning out. I'm really glad I did the glass block. It just adds a nice detail. We just did styrofoam on the top above the glass block, so it's not too heavy resting on the glass block. To be continued. is like one of the days I was nervous about because they're doing the floor in the laundry room, and the power went out. So they have to hand mix the product instead of mixing it with the like drill piece. But I think he understands what the product is supposed to do. It took him a little while. I don't think he actually read the materials, but I'm pretty sure now he understands that this is just a chemical bonding coat, and next week we'll do the top layer of cement that will be the floor. Let's hope. And let's take a look at the floor. They just poured all the new concrete. I have some gray paint to paint the leftover red that's in the laundry area. And this is a little funky thing that was in the house. So Pierre used this area like as a garage, and I think he intended to like work on his car because he had a lift in here for the car. I think he intended to like stand down there and do work, because that is just the under the house. So I'm gonna keep that access because I always think it's a good idea to keep access if you have crawl spaces or attics or anything like that. It's a good idea to keep those. There's gonna be an air conditioner up in the top left corner, and this is not gonna be like an entrance to the house, but for privacy, I thought I would plant some things right along this line so that it can get rained on, right? So it'll be just at the roof line, right below the roof line. And maybe I'll just do bamboo because that I can grow in a thin line. And that'll give privacy because out here is the parking area. So a little line of bamboo would be a nice privacy. I mean, obviously it's gonna have curtains, but still, it's nice to have privacy. And then that's that walkway to the entrance of the house. Did a change of plan, put the air conditioner on the other side, and it serves two functions. It blocks the street light, and then it's the air conditioner. And I was able to fit in 3 small little windows. I would have preferred to have like awning windows, but I couldn't find them pre-made, and custom made, they didn't have screens. I am so excited. First of all, I've got my laundry machine back in place. The floor is not sealed yet, but I've been doing research with my BFF, ChatGPT, and ChatGPT has assured me it's okay to put the laundry machine in place. This is what I'm really excited about. I'm finally gonna get the closet, the storage closet, so that I can start putting stuff in there because everything is all over the living room. So this is a tight space in the hallway, and then that's the storage closet that I'll use for Airbnb and just, you know, laundry room stuff. And then this is the door for the new bedroom. They're pouring the floor, the final cap on the floor tomorrow. I always get a little nervous when they do that because I didn't like how this came out. It's rough in spots, and it's because there were only 2 of them, and I think Alex just wanted to work and not say, I don't have 2 other guys to help. So they're gonna come with 4 people tomorrow, because imagine like doing all this by hand. You know, you're gonna get fatigued, and you can kind of see like where the fatigue set in. So tomorrow the floor cap, you know, the final layer will be put on, and that's just water over there. And it'll cover these, like, I don't like this. I don't like that at all, like where there's, you know, discoloration between areas. They just put the plisom on the little closet. And so here's something that, you know, they're not carpenters, right? I don't mind. Like, to me, this is better than just a little plastic, you know, closet that you can get at Do It Center. But it's not perfect, obviously. You know, there's going to be some space. You can see the nail holes. I really don't mind that. And then it was important for the bedroom doors to be able to close fully. But just because of the way things are uneven, the storage closet, and the handles aren't on here yet, but the storage closet doors have this gap. I don't mind. It's a storage closet. It's kind of good to get some airflow anyway, and that's fine. I was thinking of having them put a piece of plisom, because you can see this gap here toward the wall. And they can, you know, put a piece of plisom and then put some of the mastic, you know, the joint compound together, but that might just make it look worse. I don't know. I'll have to see if it really bothers me. It's bothering me less the more that it's just done. The other thing that happened, and this really did bother me. So one of them screwed a hole directly in the center of the walkway, you know, like where you would walk into the room. And I guess it was for like a bumper for the doors. And at first I thought, okay, well, now they're gonna have to do the final layer of the floor from that hole. But now I think I'll just have them fill that little hole, and they're gonna do the final layer just from like this corner. So there'll be a straight line. They'll do like a wood border. Oh, and this thing, so this is access to under the house, and they're gonna put new wood on top of that to the same depth that the floor is. We're gonna use pine because that's stronger, and the room is gonna get a carpet. And then there'll be curtains, Lots of cleanup to do, but this is the room in progress. I really like the barn doors because if no one is staying in that room, then you still have all the open space and the light coming through into the laundry room area. Instead of having just, one door going through to the bedroom, I really like this. I like just that open spaciousness. It was such a treat to take a break from all the construction work going on and have a nice meal to celebrate Elizabeth's birthday at 𝗕𝗘𝗏. That's the vegan and vegetarian restaurant at the Hotel La Compañía. We had the whole place to ourselves. It's a pretty limited menu. I can't say I was completely thrilled or inspired by the menu, but the food was good. They brought this out as just a starter, complimentary, which was very nice. And we both had a appetizer and an entree. The mushroom risotto was actually quite good, and also had a little dessert. The grounds are beautiful, but what I don't like is they'll close off the gates so that you can't walk out to the parking lot from the restaurant directly. You have to walk down through the whole property to get to the bottom level, exit through the lobby, and then walk back up the hill. So it's not super convenient, and there's a lot of stairs. So if you have knee issues, or if you're in a wheelchair, it's not really that accessible. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.